Assalamu alaikum brothers and sisters, and welcome to Quran and Islam. I hope you all are doing your best for the Akhirah. Brothers and sisters, you must have heard about the Simpsons and how they make weird stories which actually come true after a few years. Now Allah knows better if it is just a coincidence or if there is a bigger plan behind it. When Donald Trump became the President of America, everybody was shocked. Some people also claimed that the elections had been cheated on, since there were a very few chances of Donald Trump winning. But the Simpsons cartoon had predicted this several years ago. Some of the episode's details were strikingly similar to the real-life scenes. The Simpsons had also predicted the coronavirus several years ago. They had predicted the use of horse meat in food stalls in 1990s, and a huge food scandal came up in the 2000s. A lot of huge food chains such as Burger King had been using horse meat. The Simpsons had predicted the introduction of smart watches 15 years before it actually happened. There are actually several of them, but let's talk about what the cartoons have just recently predicted. In an episode of The Simpsons called The Greatest Story Ever Doughhead, the cartoons have made fun of many religions. But they also have made a cunning, secret prediction, and that is of their Messiah. We know that the Messiah of the Jews is the dajjal. It clearly means that they are predicting the appearance of the dajjal. The main character of the cartoons, Homer, is very non-religious. He makes fun of the Bible, Jerusalem, Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, and their religious places. So the local priest, Ned, takes him to Jerusalem, which is a holy place for the Jews and Christians. The cartoons have also shown the Muslims praying in Jerusalem and the sound of the prayer call. Most importantly, the main character, Homer, goes into the desert to escape all the religiosity and comes back as the Messiah of the people. He is in a white ihram, the one that Muslims wear while performing Umrah and Hajj. The cartoons also show the Dome of the Rock and the Masjid al-Aqsa. But of course, they had changed their names and they did not talk about the Muslim side of the narrative either. Anyways, this episode indicates that a highly non-religious, non-serious person will realize in his mid-age that he is the Messiah of the people. In the end of the episode, Homer, the Messiah, goes to the Dome of Rock and gathers the Christians, Jews, and the Muslims. He then introduces them to a new religion which unites all the people to a new religion. Brothers and sisters, we know that there are several Dajjali organizations and groups preparing to welcome the Dajjal, and they are already doing the job of Dajjal, which is to spread fitna and ignorance. Some people believe that these Jewish cartoons are nothing more than a Dajjali fitna, a group of people just like Illuminati. Or maybe this is a show produced by the Illuminati. They first spill the beans through a funny cartoon, and then the episode and its scenes actually become true. Maybe they themselves are indirectly controlling the major happenings of the world. Otherwise, how is it possible that a cartoon movie predicts so much so accurately? Without doubt, Allah has loosened their ropes so that they can trespass the path of Allah as much as they can. And finally, the superior plan and qudrat of Allah will win. Allah says in the Quran, Allah will throw back their mockery on them and give them rope in their trespasses, so they will wander like blind ones. The most discussed fitna of the end of times is the Dajjal. The Quran and Hadith have given us some signs that will tell us that Dajjal and the end of times are near. We see that today many of those signs have been fulfilled. The Simpsons cartoons are also making this prediction. But we are wondering, is this also going to become true soon? On our part, it is our responsibility that we guide our children onto the right path. We should be making a stronger relation with Allah Almighty and the deen of Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam and pray for the protection against the fitna of Dajjal.